But does married life seem a little boring to you?
Does it seem boring?
A little sedate?
No, I've seen interesting marriages and I've seen not interesting marriages.
Do you love him?
Pardon me?
Do you love him?
Leonardo DiCaprio is widely recognized for his iconic role as Jack in Titanic, young, daring, and deeply in love. However, his contributions to Hollywood extend far beyond this memorable character. Throughout his career, he has emerged as one of the most prominent figures in the film industry, accumulating numerous accolades, including Oscars, and starring in blockbuster films, all while gracing red carpets. Despite his professional achievements, his personal life has remained intricate, particularly regarding his romantic relationships. Now at the age of 50, DiCaprio has been linked to various supermodels, ended significant partnerships, and has consistently sidestepped a pivotal inquiry: why has he chosen not to marry? The time has come for him to reveal the true rationale behind his enduring decision. We invite you to explore his personal journey and discover the candid explanation for why Leonardo DiCaprio believes he will never take that walk down the aisle. Born on November 11, 1974, in Los Angeles, California, DiCaprio grew up as the sole child of Malene, a legal secretary, and George DiCaprio, an artist. The couple met during their college years and relocated to LA post-graduation. His mother named him Leonardo after feeling him kick for the first time while admiring a Leonardo da Vinci painting in an Italian museum. When he was an infant, his parents separated. George fell in love with another woman and moved out. Nevertheless, both parents remained committed to co-parenting, living in adjacent homes with a shared garden, while George continued his relationship with his girlfriend and her son, Adam Farrer. Leonardo developed a close relationship with Adam, whom he admired greatly. As he matured, he and his mother relocated within Los Angeles, including a neighborhood known as Los Feliz. Leonardo described his parents as quite bohemian and recounted growing up in a challenging environment marked by crime and poverty. Despite these hardships, he held a deep admiration and trust for his parents. He attended several educational institutions, such as the Los Angeles Center for Enriched Studies and John Marshall High School, but found traditional schooling unfulfilling. His true aspiration was to pursue acting, a dream that extended beyond the confines of the classroom. In his youth, Leonardo envisioned careers as both a marine biologist and an actor, ultimately choosing the latter due to his passion for performance. He enjoyed mimicking others, making faces, and observing their reactions. His enthusiasm for acting ignited at the tender age of 2 when he performed on stage at a festival, bringing joy to the audience. His interest intensified upon witnessing his stepbrother Adam earn $50,000 for a television commercial, which opened his eyes to the possibilities within the industry. Although he attempted to act on the children's program, Romper Room, he claimed he was removed for being overly disruptive, a statement the host later refuted. At one point, Leonardo considered abandoning acting to concentrate on breakdancing after securing second place in a competition in Germany. By the age of 14, he landed his first significant role in a commercial for Matchbox cars, which paved the way for subsequent advertisements for brands like Kraft Singles, Apple Jacks, and Bubble Yum. However, the journey to success was fraught with challenges. After a year and a half of searching for representation, he encountered an agent who suggested he adopt the name Lenny Williams to appear more American, a proposal he declined. With his father's encouragement, he persevered in his efforts. Ultimately, a family friend facilitated his introduction to casting directors, leading to Leonardo securing approximately 20 commercial roles. He began with minor roles but aspired for greater achievements. Leonardo's first significant acting opportunity arose in 1989 when he portrayed Glenn in 2 episodes of The New Lassie. This role opened doors for him, allowing him to take on additional small parts in productions such as Santa Barbara and The Outsiders. His major breakthrough occurred when he joined the cast of the television series Parenthood, where he played Gary Buckman, a troubled adolescent. He approached this role with seriousness, studying the performance of Joaquin Phoenix from the original film. His contributions to Parenthood and Santa Barbara garnered him 2 nominations for Youth and Film Awards. Concurrently, he participated in a game show named Funhouse, where he performed humorous stunts, including catching a fish with his teeth. Even as a young actor, Leonardo exhibited boundless energy and a readiness to entertain. In 1991, he made his film debut in Critters 3, a horror movie he later humorously referred to as one of the worst films ever, expressing a lack of pride in it. That same year, he took on the role of Luke Brower, a homeless youth, in the television series Growing Pains, where the producers aimed to attract a younger audience, particularly female viewers. Actress Joanna Carnes described Leonardo as intelligent, playful, and fond of humor. Although the show's ratings did not improve, Leonardo received another award nomination for his performance, earning him respect within the Hollywood community. In 1992, he had a minor role in Poison Ivy, but a more significant opportunity soon followed. He was selected by Robert De Niro to star in This Boy's Life, a film based on the true story of writer Tobias Wolff. Leonardo portrayed Toby, a troubled teenager dealing with a challenging stepfather, played by De Niro. This role was demanding, and Leonardo had much to learn. Director Michael Cotton-Jones noted that Leonardo initially lacked experience on a professional set, prompting him to adopt a strict teaching approach. Leonardo took these lessons to heart. The film received acclaim, particularly for Leonardo's portrayal of his character's development. Critics were impressed, and this young man's life became the film that drew attention to him. However, he was not finished yet. Just a year later, he delivered a compelling performance in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, where he depicted a young man with developmental disabilities. This role earned him his first Academy Award nomination, leaving audiences astonished by the authenticity and emotional depth of his performance. Leonardo continued to ascend in his career, starring in the romantic films Romeo plus Juliet in 1996 and Titanic in 1997. Both films were significant successes, with Titanic becoming the highest-grossing film of its time, catapulting him to global stardom. Suddenly, Leonardo DiCaprio was a household name. While fans adored him, he was determined not to be typecast as the romantic lead indefinitely. Thus, he took a hiatus and returned with a fresh approach, seeking to explore diverse roles. In 2002, he appeared in Catch Me If You Can and Gangs of New York, marking his first collaboration with director Martin Scorsese. This partnership would lead to numerous successful films together, solidifying their creative bond. Leonardo continued to embrace serious roles, portraying a troubled businessman in The Aviator, 2004, a diamond smuggler in Blood Diamond, 2006, and a police officer in The Departed, 2006. Each character revealed a different facet of his talent. In 2008, he took on the role of a married man in Revolutionary Road, showcasing his consistently profound and intense acting. Throughout the 2010s, he maintained his momentum, starring in Inception, Django Unchained, and The Wolf of Wall Street. In 2015, Leonardo DiCaprio received an Academy Award for his role in The Revenant, portraying a frontiersman struggling for survival. He subsequently featured in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Don't Look Up. Most recently, in 2023, he took on a leading role in Killers of the Flower Moon. Beyond his acting career, DiCaprio established Ion Way Productions, a company that has produced several of his films and a television series titled Greensburg. He is also recognized for his environmental advocacy, having founded the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation to promote awareness of ecological issues. In 2005, he was honored by France as a Commander of the Order of Arts and Letters for his contributions to the arts. Furthermore, in 2016, Time magazine included him in its list of the 100 most influential people globally. He has also served as a United Nations Messenger of Peace, advocating for global issues, particularly climate change. Over the years, he has become a symbol of leveraging celebrity status for greater causes. In 2022, he was voted one of the 50 greatest actors of all time in an Empire Readers poll. Despite his fame and achievements, a persistent question remains: why has Leonardo DiCaprio never married? This inquiry has followed him throughout his life, and now, at the age of 50, he is prepared to address it. To fully grasp the context, it is essential to examine his relationships from the beginning, as he has dated some of the most renowned women in the world. DiCaprio has consistently attracted media attention, whether for his cinematic endeavors or his romantic life, particularly since his rise to prominence in Titanic, which sparked public interest in his dating history. Throughout the years, he has been associated with numerous prominent women, particularly models and actresses, establishing a notable trend. One of the earliest individuals linked to him was Bridget Hall, a renowned Victoria's Secret model from the 1990s. The pair was frequently seen together at events in 1994. Although they rarely discussed their relationship, it was widely believed that she was Leo's initial model girlfriend. Following her was Naomi Campbell, another iconic model, with whom he was rumored to have a brief romance in the mid-1990s. Despite the short duration of their relationship, they maintained a close friendship, often spotted vacationing together and attending charity events in subsequent years. In 2015, rapper 50 Cent shared a photo stating, "I get photobombed by the hottest people in the world," featuring both Campbell and DiCaprio. Afterward, he was linked to model Kristen Zong, whom he accompanied to the premiere of Romeo plus Juliet in 1996. However, they parted ways just before the release of Titanic, which significantly altered Leo's career trajectory. The situation became somewhat ambiguous with the arrival of Demi Moore, as they were seen together in 1997 while she was still married to Bruce Willis. Although there is no concrete evidence of a romantic relationship, speculation was rampant. Helena Christensen, another prominent figure in the modeling industry, was also frequently seen with DiCaprio around the time of Titanic's release. Once again, neither party confirmed their relationship, leading some to believe they were merely friends. DiCaprio's romantic endeavors did not cease there. In fact, the following years were characterized by a series of brief relationships and unverified rumors that kept him in the public eye. Among these rumored connections was Amber Valletta, who, according to gossip at the time, caught Leo's attention after he saw her photograph in a magazine, prompting him to have his representatives reach out to her. This scenario seemed almost cinematic, yet, like many of his other relationships, it remained unverified. Valletta subsequently entered into marriage with an Olympic athlete and later with a finance professional. Another individual mentioned was Eva Herzegova, a Czech model, with whom he reportedly had a brief 2-month affair after they met at the premiere of The Man in the Iron Mask. However, Eva later refuted any claims of a romantic involvement. The first significant long-term relationship that garnered considerable attention was with Gisele Bündchen, lasting approximately 6 years from 1999 to 2005. This relationship was one of DiCaprio's more serious commitments, as the couple even traveled to the Amazon rainforest in 2004 to raise awareness about environmental issues. Gisele recounted her experiences in her 2018 book, Lessons, My Path to a Meaningful Life, stating, "I was no longer numbing myself with smoking, drinking, and excessive work. I became increasingly aware of matters I had previously chosen to ignore. Was I the only one seeking to engage in profound self-reflection while he remained unchanged?" Ultimately, the answer was regrettably affirmative. Gisele later married NFL star Tom Brady and started a family, yet her relationship with DiCaprio continues to be one of his most recognized partnerships. Following this, another prominent figure in the modeling industry, Bar Raffaelli, entered the picture. The two met at a party in Las Vegas and had an on-and-off relationship for 5 years, even being spotted together at a Lakers game in 2010. Their relationship concluded in May 2011, and in a magazine interview, Raffaelli expressed how the breakup facilitated her personal growth, stating, "I came to understand many aspects of myself. I focused on self-improvement and matured. I was unfamiliar with the concept of being alone. Today, I realize that a relationship can only thrive if one is comfortable with solitude and unafraid of it." During a hiatus from Raffaelli, DiCaprio briefly dated Anna Violitsina, a Russian model associated with Victoria's Secret and Sports Illustrated. Their relationship was short-lived, and then subsequently married singer Adam Levine. In 2011, fans were taken aback when DiCaprio began dating Blake Lively, the star of Gossip Girl, marking a swift and passionate romance. The couple was observed together on a yacht in Cannes and also seen in various locations including Italy, New York, and Australia. Joshua Safran, the producer of Gossip Girl, reminisced about that period, noting that Blake was in a relationship with DiCaprio and had a unique habit of photographing a doll to send to him, serving as a personal record of her life prior to the advent of Instagram. Over the years, Leonardo DiCaprio's romantic history expanded, frequently involving younger models. In 2012, he was photographed cycling in New York City with Erin Heatherton, a Victoria's Secret model, which sparked dating rumors. Although their relationship was brief, Erin later remarked, "He's a wonderful person and he's a friend of mine. I wish him all the best," indicating a cordial split. In 2013, DiCaprio was rumored to be involved with Miranda Kerr, another Victoria's Secret model who had recently ended her relationship with Orlando Bloom. They were seen dining with friends in Las Vegas, but those close to them insisted it was merely a friendly gathering. Miranda subsequently married tech entrepreneur Evan Spiegel and became a mother of two. Additionally, in 2013, Brazilian model Kat Torres claimed to be dating DiCaprio, stating they met at Cannes and expressed concern about discussing their relationship publicly due to a mutual agreement to keep it private. However, shortly after her comments surfaced, reports emerged refuting the existence of their relationship. As reported by E! News, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kat were never in a romantic relationship. It is evident that Leonardo's romantic involvements tend to either remain discreet or generate numerous inquiries. However, further developments followed. The narrative included models, red carpet appearances, and persistent rumors. In 2014, DiCaprio was linked to Toni Guerin, a model from Germany who had also walked for Victoria's Secret. Their relationship lasted quietly for approximately 18 months before concluding in December. Toni later married actor Alex Pettyfer in 2020, sharing wedding photos from her hometown of Hamburg. A few years post-breakup, in September 2017, images surfaced of DiCaprio and Guerin strolling together in New York after dinner, leading some to speculate about a rekindled romance, though it appeared they were merely reconnecting as friends. Subsequently, in 2015, DiCaprio was seen getting close to Kelly Rohrbach, an actress recognized for her role in Baywatch. They were photographed together at the US Open and cycling in New York City. Similar to many of his previous relationships, this one remained largely private, though the paparazzi were vigilant. The most sensational rumor emerged regarding Rihanna. In 2016, the singer and actor were spotted together at Coachella, as well as at parties in Paris and Rihanna's birthday afterparty in 2017. The speculation escalated to the point where a French tabloid alleged that DiCaprio had impregnated Rihanna, a claim that was entirely unfounded. DiCaprio pursued legal action and won the case. While there was no definitive confirmation of a romantic relationship between the two, fans certainly enjoyed their appearances together. In July 2016, DiCaprio began dating Nina Agdal, a Danish model. At the age of 24, her relationship with DiCaprio appeared to be somewhat more public than his previous ones, with reports in October indicating that their relationship was becoming serious. Similar to many previous relationships, Nina's time with Leo concluded quietly, devoid of any drama or public disputes. Subsequently, Camila Morrone entered the picture. This relationship endured longer than most, spanning approximately 5 years, which is nearly a record in DiCaprio's romantic history. Camila, an actress and model, was just 20 years old when they began their relationship in late 2017. Although Leo was still seen with Nina in May of that year, by the year's end, it was evident that Camila was the one accompanying him. Their relationship garnered significant attention, primarily due to the notable age difference, which sparked extensive online discussions. Camila did not remain silent amidst the scrutiny. In 2019, she shared a video on Instagram stating, "I just read some of the comments on my Instagram, and my God, people are so mean and full of anger with people they know nothing about." She further expressed, "Living without hatred feels pretty good." In the same year, she granted an interview to the Los Angeles Times, where Camila expressed, "There are numerous relationships in Hollywood and throughout history characterized by significant age differences. I believe that individuals should have the freedom to date whomever they choose." She also acknowledged, "I would likely be curious about it as well." A poignant moment occurred when she shared a photograph of herself on Koh Phi Island in Thailand, the same location where DiCaprio filmed The Beach in 1999. Although the couple attended the 2020 Oscars separately, they were seated next to each other at the event. By August 2022, reports indicated that they had parted ways after 5 years together. However, this did not stop speculation about DiCaprio's romantic life. Following his split with Camila, attention shifted to Gigi Hadid, with rumors circulating about a potential secret relationship between the two. Paparazzi closely monitored their activities, and numerous headlines emerged. Eventually, sources close to DiCaprio clarified the situation, stating that they had previously attempted to date but found no romantic connection. The source emphasized that Leo and Gigi had maintained a long-standing friendship without any romantic involvement, and they are not in an open relationship. It was suggested that the public should move on from these rumors. Neither DiCaprio nor Hadid has publicly addressed the speculation, and Gigi is currently in a relationship with actor Bradley Cooper. Thus, according to those familiar with the situation, there was no romantic relationship between Leo and Gigi, only friendship. Nevertheless, stories surrounding DiCaprio tend to escalate. Leonardo DiCaprio has maintained a notably private personal life, rarely disclosing details about his romantic relationships despite public scrutiny. Recently, however, one individual has garnered attention beyond mere gossip. After a series of brief romances and discreet separations, DiCaprio's current involvement with Victoria Ceretti has sparked interest for a unique reason. In 2023, he was first associated with Victoria, a prominent Italian model. Their initial encounter reportedly took place at the premiere of Killers of the Flower Moon during the Cannes Film Festival in May. Shortly thereafter, they were seen together in Nida, further igniting speculation about their relationship. Victoria, who began her modeling career at the age of 14, has collaborated with prestigious fashion houses such as Versace, Gucci, Balenciaga, and Alexander McQueen, establishing a significant presence in the fashion industry. Prior to her relationship with DiCaprio, she was married to Italian DJ Matteo Milleri, but their union concluded in 2023. Following her divorce, the connection between her and DiCaprio appeared to develop rapidly. By August 2023, they were photographed vacationing in Sardinia, Italy, and subsequent sightings included Halloween festivities, a Rolling Stones concert in Las Vegas, a visit to Art Basel in Miami, and DiCaprio's 49th birthday celebration in Los Angeles. In September, Page Six published images of DiCaprio and Ceretti enjoying time with his mother, prompting speculation about the seriousness of their relationship. When one is introduced to the family, questions arise about the potential for a long-term commitment. However, insiders suggest that despite the apparent enjoyment they find in each other's company, marriage may not be on the horizon for DiCaprio. Despite his deep affection for her, DiCaprio reportedly does not feel compelled to formalize their relationship through marriage. According to a source cited by Page Six, Leo does not envision himself ever marrying. He does not believe that tying the knot is necessary to validate their relationship. The source further noted that he genuinely enjoys his time with Ceretti and values their connection, but he does not see himself taking on the role of a husband. This revelation may not be well received by all. Another insider indicated that Victoria is determined to become Mrs. DiCaprio, emphasizing that she is not merely a girlfriend but is fully committed to the relationship. She is demonstrating her dedication by investing in every aspect of their bond, distinguishing herself from being just another trophy partner, as reported to In Touch Weekly. Additionally, it was mentioned that she is adeptly navigating this situation, as Leo possesses a quirky side that requires a partner who can appreciate and support it. While DiCaprio is often associated with a glamorous Hollywood persona, he also has a more reserved and personal dimension, which Ceretti seems to comprehend. However, if she aspires for marriage, sources suggest that it may be an uphill battle. Although there have been numerous public appearances together, speculation arose when Victoria was seen wearing a diamond ring, leading some fans to believe that Leo had proposed. However, this was not the case, as the ring had been part of her collection since 2022, prior to her meeting DiCaprio. Nonetheless, fans humorously speculated online that perhaps Leo was finally ready to commit. Upon reaching the age of 50, he acknowledged that it was finally time to consider settling down. While one individual humorously remarked about this, those familiar with him assert that marriage remains unappealing to DiCaprio. This sentiment is not new. He has been linked to numerous prominent women, including Gisele Bündchen, Bar Raffaelli, and Camila, yet he has never approached the idea of marriage. Whenever a relationship became serious, something invariably deterred him. Despite now being in his 50s, this trend appears to persist. His current relationship with Victoria Ceretti may be significant and has lasted longer than many anticipated, but it does not necessarily indicate that a wedding is imminent. For those speculating about the possibility of fatherhood in his future, that remains a separate matter. As he turned 50 on November 11, 2024, a notable milestone for anyone, especially someone who has been in the public eye for an extended period, questions about his future naturally arose. Interestingly, DiCaprio has expressed a desire for fatherhood. In a recent interview, he stated, "I am sure it will be, but it's true. I am not getting any younger. This marks the first occasion he has candidly discussed his interest in having children. While this does not imply that marriage is on the horizon, it does indicate a shift in his perspective on life. Nevertheless, those who know him well maintain that marriage is not in his plans. One insider remarked, "Leo's true passion is acting. His relationships often take a back seat as he dedicates himself entirely to each role, contributing to his remarkable success. This pattern has been observed for many years. He is known to date younger women and enjoys their company. However, when relationships become serious, he tends to redirect his attention towards his career." One consensus among many is that Leonardo DiCaprio is a committed actor. Early in his career, he collaborated with Robert De Niro on the film This Boy's Life, an experience that profoundly influenced his perspective on acting. DiCaprio once remarked to The Guardian, "I observed his performances, recognized the level of talent he possessed, and promised myself that I would not waste this opportunity." He has upheld that promise throughout his career. This same commitment has propelled him to the pinnacle of Hollywood, yet it may also explain his reluctance to settle down. Despite ongoing inquiries from fans and the media regarding his potential marriage, the likelihood appears slim. He is content with Victoria and values their time together, but in his view, marriage is not a necessity. What are your thoughts on Leonardo DiCaprio's personal life? Do you believe he will ever reconsider his stance on marriage? We invite you to share your opinions in the comments section below. Additionally, please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating narratives from Hollywood's intriguing past. Until next time.